Hi there, welcome back to Pinnacle Debt Solutions episode 2. Well, the fact that you're here tells me something in the first episode must have triggered you and you decided that you need to give this an opportunity, or at least watch the second clip to find out what it is that we do. We've already established it's a 24-month period, no interest accrued over the period, and you can pay it off in a shorter time should you be able to. That is already established in the first video. Now, what you need to do to go about starting this process is go to our website. It's the quickest and easiest way. On our website, there is a short questionnaire that you'll fill in. You don't need to type. It's all drop boxes. So it's drop downs. Just fill in those a few short questions. We'll get back to you straight away. But it gives us an idea of your scenario and allows us to get back to you quicker and not ask you too many questions and waste your time telephonically. Once we've asked you those questions, we will then set up a meeting, either to come to you or for you to come to our offices. We don't believe in doing things telephonically. I want to meet the person that I'm dealing with. I want to know that I can trust that person. And this is a two-way street. I've got to know that you're in and committed to this process as much as you've got to know that I am. So once we've established that connection, we know that we're going to walk this route. I'm going to set it down and say, right, you are one of the 30 clients we're going to walk forward starting from this month. Okay, now to give you an idea, if you have 200,000 rands worth of debt, you're going to pay in the region of 4,000 rand a month over 24 months. So for example, let's say you can afford 8,000 rand a month as a hypothetical. You can then pay that process off within 12 months. You understand what I'm saying? So it's double the payment, half the time. So this is a very flexible process for you. It's extremely simple. It's extremely exciting. It's 24 months. There's no interest. Your name gets cleared at the end, which we will cover under rehabilitation at the end of probably in episode 7. Once we've done that, we'll discuss the rehabilitation process. But right now, what I need you to do is visit our website, www.pinnacledebtsolutions.co.za. Come to our website, fill in the quick form. We'll get hold of you. We will have already assessed basic questions that we would ask you telephonically. Once we've got that information, we can call you back and get the ball rolling. So it's very easy, very simple. You don't have to remember or do anything. Okay. The last and final part I want to talk to you about is we need to establish whether you're married in community of property, whether you're out of community of property, because obviously that's going to affect the process. Whether your wife needs to come in or your spouse needs to come in with you, that's going to affect the process. We also need to know what assets you have. And don't let this put you off, people. Your assets, we're really just needing to find out, do you have a bond registered in your name? Does your wife have a bond registered in your name? Do you have a vehicle registered in your name? These are questions we need to know the answers to, because the programs are slightly different and the route we take to your debt-free future is slightly different. So these are things we need to know. You also need to know things like your total debt. It doesn't help when we phone you back and we say to you, okay, what is your total exposure? You say to us, I'm not quite sure. I think it's in the region of. Remember, we've got to work with specifics. I think it's in the region of is not going to work for us. We need to know exactly what the number is. So there's two ways that I can give you that you can do that. Number one is you can check all the statements from your creditors. That is the one route. The second route is you can just pop down to your local Checkers or your ShopRite. There's a money market counter there. At that money market counter, they will give you a report called a Kudo report. Now that report gives you 3 credit bureaus rating on you. So it's an excellent report to have. It also gives you your total debt, it gives you your rating, and it gives you every single creditor, your outstanding amount, and whether you're in arrears or not. Very effective report. I certainly think it's worth doing. It's easier than collecting all your statements. So that's the next thing. Once you've got that information, it makes it so much easier for us to schedule an appointment with you and sit down and work out an exact timeline. Now the timeline is the easy part. I sit with you, we work on a timeline of 24 months based on what you can afford. Once the timeline is established, we assign the timeline, we then begin the process. We now know how much you're exposed for. You will know exactly what you're going to pay starting from month 1. You will know exactly how long it's going to take you starting from month 1. So if you start in January 2019, you're going to finish in January 2021, guaranteed. No accrued interest. You're not going to get surprises from me halfway through the year to say, the interest rates have done this and so on and so forth. It doesn't happen. You are fixed for 24 months. If this sounds like it suits you, www.pinnacledebtsolutions.co.za. Numbers above me. www.pinnacledebtsolutions.co.za. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll be covering this process in a lot more detail in the following episodes. Get hold of us now on the website Look forward to meeting you. Take care.